Welcome to Arc Salt Lake on your Friday morning. Time right now is 7 o'clock. We're going to start off this morning with our favorite guest, Chief Meteorologist Lindsay Storrs. She's joining us right now. We got a lot to talk about in the weather.
$20 under the table for him to say that.
It was actually 50, but so we're going into the weekend.
Yes.
Everyone, paying attention to the
Yes.
weather. One of the last big weekends of the summer
Yeah,
before
it's true.
Labor Day.
It's true.
But you got a chance of severe
I
weather
do.
for several days, right?
Yeah, it starts today. I've pulled a graphic up here, if we can pull it up on one of these monitors. We've got a marginal risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. Now that's a level 1 out of 5 on the risk scale here. So it is the lowest, but there is a chance of strong to severe storms. Some of today's storms, I think the greatest threats are going to be gusty winds. We saw that yesterday. We did have a line of severe thunderstorms that produced 60-mile-per-hour winds. Thankfully, it did kind of fizzle out as it approached the Wasatch Front. But the chances of us being lucky 2 days in a row and having it fizzle out is pretty low. So there is a chance of some very strong winds. You'll probably want to secure items outside before you head to work. If you've got a wreath on the front door, you might want to bring it in just in case one of these strong thunderstorms moves over your area. It's not just wind too. We could get some brief heavy rainfall. We could also get some small hail. I don't expect today's hail to give us problems as far as property damage, but you could see some pea-sized hail or so out of some of today's thunderstorms.
And it's the whole state.
I know, it is. It's a large portion of the state. It's the entire I-15 corridor. It's the entire I-80 corridor through our viewing area. It also includes the basin. Price is in this, a large chunk of I-70. So this is a pretty huge part of the state that's included in this marginal risk.
Okay, that's just today.
That's just today.
So
yes.
then what's happening tomorrow?
Okay,
Hey,
so
Saturday's an important day for a lot of people.
I know. I mean, people do yard work. They want to get out and go hiking, go on a bike ride. We've got this cold front that you can see to our northwest. So we're pulling a lot of moisture in out ahead of it. So our whole atmosphere is just full of tropical moisture right now. And then when this cold front comes in tomorrow, it's going to give us extra lift in our atmosphere. And that could potentially give us some very powerful thunderstorms. So look at tomorrow's severe weather risk. We jump up into the slight category for tomorrow. So that's level 2 on this 5-point scale. I think our greatest threats from tomorrow's thunderstorms will be very heavy rainfall. That could mean some flooding if your storm drains aren't draining well, if they're clogged by debris and garbage and sticks and rocks. So maybe check those today at some point. Make sure that those can absorb all the water that needs to be absorbed. I think we could also see some larger hailstones tomorrow. So maybe park the cars in your garage or carport if you have one, just in case we get some bigger hailstones over your neighborhood. And then the other threat for tomorrow, once again, will be gusty winds. And this includes the entire Wasatch Front. It includes Cache Valley, Wendover, all of southwestern Wyoming. So it's another large portion of the state at a pretty decent risk for strong to severe thunderstorms.
What's the timing, both today and tomorrow?
Both times it'll be afternoon and evening for the most part. Now, the cold front is working into far northern Utah tomorrow morning. And so north of Salt Lake, we could see a few strong to severe thunderstorms earlier in the day, maybe 10, 11 a.m. We could see some strong to severe thunderstorms. And then that line's going to work its way south across the Wasatch Front. So for Salt Lake, for Utah County, it's going to be more afternoon and evening when these severe thunderstorms are rolling through your part of the state.
Okay, anything happening Sunday, or is that more of a calm day?
Sunday's a little calmer. The focus on Sunday is really going to be in eastern Utah for some stronger thunderstorms. They don't look as strong there on Sunday as they're going to look here across the Wasatch Front for Saturday. But we could still see some strong storms over there, and I'm expecting a few scattered showers and thunderstorms for the Wasatch Front and the I-15 corridor on Sunday. hopefully not strong to severe. It's not looking like they will be right now because that front will have already moved through. So that extra lift in the atmosphere that I mentioned won't be there.
Some of the events that could be impacted.
Yes.
High school football games tonight.
Yes.
Obviously, Friday night is a big night for high school
Take a
football.
poncho for those, and there is the possibility of lightning delays. I know nobody likes to hear that. If lightning is striking, I believe it's within 3 to 5 miles. I'm not sure what UHSAA's rules are on that. You need to take cover in your car, in the school, wherever you can take cover, because you don't want to be out there when lightning's striking around you. There is a reason for lightning delays. As annoying as they are, it is for your safety.
And then a cool down after all of this passes, right?
Yes. In fact, I did make a graphic to show you that cool down. Here it is, right here. You can see how we're going to drop down.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
I'm so excited,
So our
Lindsay.
normal high is 88 degrees. So we're just a few degrees above that today. But man, below normal this weekend. We're going to struggle to hit 80 degrees. That's going to feel really cool to us because we've had this long, hot summer with all these 90s and triple digits. And so a high of 80, my goodness, that's going to be quite the relief from the heat. And we're going to stay in the 80s for much of next week, too. It'll get a little bit warmer. But then there's another cold front on track for Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So that's just going to reinforce the cool air in place and keep us in the low 80s, maybe even upper 70s for the end of next week.
Are we done with 100?
I hope so. I hope so, but I'm not going to guarantee that because do you know we have hit 107 degrees during the month of September. It was September 7th, I remember, because that is my second son's birthday. We hit 107 degrees on that day.
That was 2022, right?
Yes, yeah, just a few years ago.
I was out
Well,
reporting in it.
I guess it was several years ago. 2022
4
was
years
4
ago
years
now?
ago.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh yeah, that was just like last year. No, that was 4 years ago.
Okay, well, I'm going to cross my fingers that we're
Yes.
done. Okay, the last thing I want to ask you about, coming up later in this show, we're going to be
Yes.
talking about the launch of the Roman telescope from NASA.
Oh.
They're launching from Kennedy Space Center.
I was going to look at the data there, and I didn't.
You didn't look at the data for us?
No, I've been so busy this morning. I meant to. I even talked to you about this.
She did. That's
and
why I
then-
brought it up.
And then I forgot. So I didn't look at the forecast over
Oh,
there.
Lindsay.
I know.
Okay, well, talk about
I'm
the
the
fact.
worst.
Talk about the fact that they pay very careful attention to the
do,
weather. We've
yeah.
seen launch windows
And-
missed because it's
Yes,
not ideal.
I mean, the weather really does have to be ideal
Mm-hmm.
for these launches because you don't want it to get blown off course by strong winds or have it be struck by lightning. We have had some spacecraft struck by lightning
Mm-hmm.
before. Obviously, airplanes are struck by lightning at times too. But it is very, very dangerous for them to try to launch these things when the conditions aren't ideal. So yeah, they'll be watching that really, really closely. And NASA has a whole staff of meteorologists that are watching every little thing. So
Well, I appreciate the fact that you will not give a guarantee on the No 100.
yes, I'm
There's-
not doing that.
I have a friend in this business at my last station who he was the chief meteorologist. It was the February, March time, and he's like, no more snow. I'm putting a pin in it.
guarantee.
I'm
Oh,
guaranteeing no more snow.
No.
And we got a giant
Oh my
snowstorm
gosh,
like
see,
weeks later.
I have forecasted in Salt Lake for 22 years now. 22 years. I'm not giving you a guarantee.
Not
on that.
giving us a guarantee. When will you give us a guarantee? October?
October. Yeah, I'll give you a guarantee October 1st. Maybe even like September 20th, I'll give you a guarantee.
All right,
It's
Lindsay.
really hard to hit 100 degrees after the fall equinox.
Go